Hi, this is Robert Nahas from writerservices.net. I'm here today to talk with you about the know-it-alls, and I spell know, N-O. What I find often is I'll speak to an aspiring author, and they'll be very excited about what they want to do, and then we get off the phone and they'll go speak to others about their plans and their excitement about what they're going to do and changing their lives and changing the world and thinking big and so on. And what ends up happening is they get discouraged because others will tell them all of the reasons why they can't do it, or they will put their best foot forward and say, well, this is what you need to do. Now, I'm actually a dishwasher, but I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do as a book writer. Or I'm an attorney, or I'm a professional cyclist. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The point is that the person is not a professional book writer or someone who knows the literary industry or the book sales industry and so on. But still, with good intent, they give their ideas and what you got to do, and I heard about it from a friend, you have to do it this way and make sure you don't do that, and or they might even run into someone who says, well, I had a book and I failed miserably at it, so you're going to fail miserably at it too. And so the long and the short of it is the next time I speak to that person who's spoken to the know-it-alls, they're confused, they're at a standstill, they're overwhelmed with multiple datums that are all conflicting, one from the other. One person will say, now make sure, no matter what you do, that you don't do A. And then the next person he or she speaks to says, whatever you do to save your life, do A, but don't do B, or don't do A. And so they're sort of in a checkmate position of, what the heck do? I guess I do nothing. Or someone will say, caveats, fair warning, all the negativity of why you shouldn't do it. Well, in my opinion, it's completely unacceptable that this happens, but it does on a regular basis. And thus, here I am speaking about this today as a means of trying to overcome this. So the way you can overcome such inflow of a torrent of information overload is to consider who is speaking to you. Consider the source. Is it someone who is prestigious, like a doctor or a judge or an attorney? Well, that may have the appearance of having validity then from whatever they say, but it does not. You have to realize that a person's expertise area is an area that has boundaries. And when that person steps over into other realms that they don't belong in, you have to realize that they are not an expert in that area also. So to differentiate between people and their lines of work, their areas of expertise, and their areas of no expertise is important. So, for instance, does an attorney say to you, well, you got to make sure that you do this to the pages. They tell you something about the book or about what you should do, how you should proceed. Or you get a doctor who says, now make sure that you say this to the publisher, or anyone, just a good friend that you're having tea with. They're coming from a point that is not knowledgeable. It's only hearsay or know best, or an assumption of how they can help you. And in all their kindness, you have to look and say, okay, what is this person's background? Are they a reliable source for the data I am getting from them, or the data that they're giving me? So another thing you can do that's very important because you can speak to someone who says, yeah, I tried that, it doesn't work. Okay, well, you can say, for instance, if a person says, don't pay a lot for your writer, or don't bother to get it edited. My cousin Sally edited it, and I have a friend who's a teacher, and that person can edit it. Or, I tried my book, and it didn't work. So, don't go that route of promoting your book, or don't try to get it published. Don't do self-publishing. Self-publishing doesn't work because I tried it and I failed. Or better yet, the person comes from an expert, quote-unquote, expert position of I've been there, I've done that. Well, I've had a book, and I paid $3,000 to have it written, and again, my cousin edited it, and there's no need to have a professional or to pay professional rates, or no need to, that's the bottom line, some kind of a, know-it-all comment that steers you in the wrong direction. The thing that you can ask them is, how'd that work out for you? How'd you do on your book? Did you make a bestseller? Did you make money? Because quite often there'll be the authoritative approach of, well, I've had a book too, and therefore you have to do it this way because that's the way I did it. That's fine if they're a best-selling author or if they've succeeded immensely. By all means, listen to them and do exactly what they did. But you have to ask them, how many books did you sell? And don't give up until you get a straight answer, or if you don't get a straight answer, you know the answer. And the answer is poor results. So that's another way of discrediting or eliminating who you should listen to. That's all I'm going to say today about the know-it-alls, and I have plenty more to say. As you can see, I'm a little bit passionate about it. But I'll tell you more in the near future. And I'm Robert Nahas. Thanks for listening.